Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Forever Talking, where we talk nothing forever. My name is Ian Moore. This is my co-host, Nicholas. How are we doing today, Nicholas?
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you may be asking a few questions as of, like, why we started making a podcast. Basically, what happened was, why did we start making a podcast?
I think we just wanted to.
Yeah, I think I just texted you, like, a few days ago and was like, hey, let's start a podcast.
Yeah.
And then I texted Carter, and I was like, does this have a podcast room? And he was like, yeah. And I was like,
We're set.
Book us in. I don't know how that's going to go or how things are going to run, but we're certainly, we're going to give us a try to our best of our abilities. I forgot to start the timer, but it's okay. I'll just start it right now. Nicholas, how you doing?
Yeah, good. How about you?
I'm not bad. I'm excited. Basically, our excuse to making this podcast was, if you know me, I like to talk. I talk a lot. I like to talk a lot of shit. I like to talk about things that really don't matter. That's why this is Forever Talking, where we talk about nothing forever. Because we're not really talking about anything that's going to blow up the world.
Nope.
But we're talking about things that are fun, like YouTube, boxing.
Our interest,
like football, and how the Green Bay Packers are just fucking letting me down. You know who's really letting me down? Joe Shiesty, Joe Burrow, Joe Freezy. What the fuck's going over there in Cincinnati? You guys are fucking falling apart. I mean, it's just, I don't know what he's doing. We were supposed to have a couple people coming on to join us today, but they weren't able to make it. Which is fine, because what we wanted to talk about, we were just going to move straight into the first subject, which is going to be the hometown show, which happened on Sunday that Nicholas didn't show up for because he's got a headache.
Yeah.
It's a little more complicated than that. He's got a concussion. Nick's got post-concussion syndrome for 2 years running now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it on
June 30th, your birthday, actually.
Was that 2020? They know my birthday. You can talk about my birthday.
I didn't know.
Yeah, birthday is fine.
Yeah, it was 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
It will be 3 months, or 2 years and 3 months at the end of September.
You counting the hours?
Oh, yeah. I do.
So, we took the wrapper off because I wasn't know if we were allowed to put it on now, but we're drinking Prime.
We?
Yes. Oh, sorry. You took the wrapper off.
I just wasn't aware you took the wrapper off.
With your immaculate fucking talons that you got.
Yeah.
You don't even have long fingernails. You just fucking...
They go away.
You know... you fucking douchebag. Yeah, so we were going to have Brett on today, but he couldn't make it in time for when we were going to talk about the actual show, which is fine. So basically, yeah, and also Jiff didn't make it either, because...
Well, he probably never will.
Yeah, can't say anything bad about him in the public, but fucking, you're letting me down, Jiff. You're letting me down. I don't know what's going on with you. You're killing me. But yeah, it was a good show. You missed a good show, Nick. I missed you.
Yeah, I wish I was there.
I missed you greatly. I miss looking out in the crowd and seeing my sexy lover boy, Nicholas, out there.
Yeah, if I would have went, you would have seen me on the ground. Probably getting carted out.
Having a stroke because you're fucking...
Yes, indeed.
Concussions. So we had a bunch of glow sticks. I thought a few weeks ago, basically what happened was the second show that I ever did was in Chicago, and it was for Michael Waves at AG. I opened up for him while I was the second or third performance. And they, on tour, had these fucking foam glow sticks, and I thought they were sick. So I was like, whoa, you hear that snap? That's pretty cool. And I was like, I gotta get some of those. What I didn't know is how fucking expensive they are.
They were expensive?
Yeah, it's $1.25 a piece. About 150. Yeah, that racks up after a while.
Well, were they worth it?
Yeah, they were sick. I mean, it made cool videos, and I think people loved them.
Well,
I
think it's worth it then.
Yeah, I was talking to Brett after, and he was like, these things are a fucking great idea, but my fucking arms are killing me, because they would go like this.
Wave them around.
Yeah, then they switched the other hand, and then they come back here. So I think people liked it, but it was just fucking... I mean, we're definitely, if we ever do another show, we definitely got to do that again. 110%. So anyways, we had the hometown show. like my third show, right?
Yeah, what are all three? You did Chicago?
Yeah, I did Chicago. So I opened up to the Futuristic concert in Chicago. Not Chicago. That was in Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado.
Yeah, I went to Colorado with Brett. And then the Chicago one was the second one I ever did. We did that in July for the Content Overload tour.
When was the first one? Was that in January?
That was January. Was that this year?
Yeah.
Really? Was that 2022?
Yeah, it was this year. You've had a big year.
Wow, I thought that was in like 2021.
It does feel like a long time ago, but...
That's crazy. This has been an interesting year then. So I've done 3 shows in 9 months?
Yeah, it is crazy. Going from 0 to 3.
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk? So after I did the shows that were away, I was like, fuck, I gotta do one here at some point. I had no idea how the fuck that was even gonna like turn out. It turned out all right. It did okay. Well, actually, it did more than okay. Sold damn near 200 tickets. We went to the Duck Room, Blueberry Hill. Have you ever been there?
I have not been there.
It's on the...
I looked up pictures of it, but...
The, like, Del Mar Loop. We've lived here our whole lives.
Yeah.
And
wait, it was, wasn't it by, like, what is it, Forest Park, maybe?
I don't know.
I forgot what I thought I
Yeah, I think so. I think
I looked it on the map, but, like, in person...
I can't fucking remember. I think it was... I don't know. I mean, fuck, we lived our whole lives and still don't fucking know, like, fucking, like, streets and shit like that. But yeah, it's just, like, a little venue. It's, like, in the basement of, like, a restaurant. So I knew about it, but I've never, like, been there myself, until I finally went there. I wonder if I'm still on camera.
You are.
I've never like been there myself. I actually just went there. The first time I ever been there was for the show, and I mean I had no idea what to expect. I knew it was in like a restaurant or something like that. They sell like sandwiches. They sell fucking gas fried pickles though. Hold on, let me adjust.
Did you get any good deals? For performing there?
I like as far as food goes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I fucking wish, but no. Yeah. So we went there, and when we got there, so like, I'll start from the beginning. So basically, like we did the show in January, right?
Yeah.
Because that kind of just popped up. I was a buy on because I was like, I'm not gonna miss it, which basically means I had to pay to get on the fucking show, which is fine.
Yeah.
That's a normal thing, and I was like, I saw it. It was relatively cheap. I got to spend a few days in Colorado. And I need to perform. I need to do a show to get the reps in and kind of just learn what the fuck I'm doing.
It's good practice too.
Yeah, I need to learn what I was doing. So at the end of the day, it was like a 5-minute set. But like I got to meet one of the biggest independent rappers of all time, Futuristic. So in alone of itself, that was worth it. I got to meet OCD, Michael Manelli, and like that whole crew, and kind of see how like shit works like that. That was like a big learning experience. So I was super fucking disappointed about my performance though. I'm trying not to make sexual noises into the microphone when I drink. I was super disappointed about the performance in itself because like so I took Brett with me, my cousin, B-Pags, to do the show because I knew I needed a hype man. And you're not very music industry savvy, Nick Walk. So
not at all.
I'll explain what a hype man is basically it's like somebody who like can step in when I run out of breath.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm saying one word and then I'm fucking exhausted, he can like say in and finish the sentence.
Yeah.
So I brought Brett to do that. We practiced the song. It was Godlike featuring Futuristic himself. I knew I had to do that song. The song came out like 2 weeks after the actual performance itself. So I knew I had to do that song because like the song that it's featuring is the guy headlining the fucking show. So like
you kind of had to.
I was super proud of like actually putting that song, getting that song together. Because fuck, it was like a lot of work just to pay for it and get everything that I needed to get done for it. but we went and we did it, and we practice it and practice it and practice it. I think I actually hate that fucking song now because I hate fucking listening to it because I fucking have just practiced it and done it to death, which I guess is natural. I may have listened to that song fucking 150 times on the day of the actual show. Everything's great. We get there. I meet the guy, I meet the point of contact. We go in there. They're filming like their vlog series. I'm like a fish out of fucking water, nervous, don't know what the fuck to do. Brett's fucking all day was fucking sweating bullets like a motherfucker, which was funny. Like the whole time, like leading up to the show, I wasn't nervous, and I still wasn't even nervous when we got there. I was nervous the seconds that it took to get on stage.
Yeah.
And that was the exact same thing as it was the other two shows that I did. So anyway, we get there, everything's good to go. Nervous. Oh, they got Goku here. That's cool. Nervous, not nervous. We go to the backstage. I meet Futuristic Zach, super fucking awesome guy, cool guy, fucking super dope. I fucking apologize for like blowing up his phone constantly, fucking leading up to the shit because. Like, I was like, what time do you need to be there? Where do you need me to be at? Hey, can you get this song to me? Am I allowed to get in this venue? Because, like, the first time, I was supposed to do one in Phoenix beforehand.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, because I was supposed to get into Phoenix, but I was afraid I wasn't able to because the venue was 21 up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was 20 at the fucking time. So I was like, I don't know if I can get in the thing. So I like texted him. He's like, yeah, I'll check with the venue. He's a fucking super busy guy. So I don't have like his direct fucking phone number or anything like that. So I'm like messaging him on his website, his Indie Amplify website, which like you can use to like get features and shit like that, which is also super cool. So I'm messaging him on that. I don't think they get notifications whenever they get text from it. So of course he didn't see it. So fucking, everything worked out in the end. But I ended up, like, just to be safe, switching from the Arizona show to the Colorado show because he was on tour. So, or like a 5-mini show tour. So, like, at the end of the day, it wasn't that big of a deal. So we get there, and everything's fine. We do the vlog shit. I'm like a fish out of fucking water. That vlog still hasn't come out yet because I think I fucked up just so bad.
What's the vlog for?
It's for his, like, Indie Amplify channel, where he's like supporting independent artists and stuff like that. So like they vlog like the openers of the show who like buy on to do it, which I was one of them because and like they film you doing sound check, which is where you test the microphones and see if you work for your set. I've never done that before. They film you like talking to Zach, asking him questions, and then they turn off the mic and then you can like have a actual like private conversation with him, not on the camera. Still a super cool guy. Regardless, he's genuine all the way around. And so is Michael and OCD and all of them, super fucking awesome people. So I met him. I don't think that it may come out, it may not come out, but like if you watch it, I'm like fucking, I'm learning still. So it is what it is. I do the sound check. I ended up like performing the song as a part of the sound check, which you're just supposed to check the fucking microphones. So that shit was embarrassing. None of this is Zach's fault. It's all my fault. It's my first time ever doing it.
It's all right. You learned though. I bet the second and third time went a lot smoother.
Yeah, it was so like that whole show, like while I find like I listen to the song to death, I get on stage to perform, I forget my fucking lyrics.
Hey, it's gonna happen though, first time.
So fuck me. Brett, who's on stage with me, knows the lyrics better than I do. I wrote the fucking song. So like I forget the lyrics. I like my dad's who was in the stage, he was fucking, you fucking killed it. And I was like, so that bothered me. The whole like nobody, like I don't think anybody noticed I forgot the lyrics, but I noticed. So that pissed me off. But still, it was the learning experience. It was making the connections. It was meeting the people. That made it all worth it.
Yeah. And I bet the second time for your second concert, you performed a lot better.
Yeah, it was getting the reps in. So the second time, so that first time I ever did the show it was a 5-minute thing on the Futuristic set. It was one song, or I could have made it 2 songs, but I just decided to make it one, get the fuck out of there. Less is more type of thing. So we go to Chicago, yeah,
Chicago.
The guy who helps me do like a lot of my PR and stuff, his name's Sam. Super fucking awesome guy. He helps me so much. Got me in the Rolling Stones, kick ass. He is an artist manager, owns a music marketing agency, and he's a manager for Danny G. And he's on TikTok. He makes like super funny TikToks where he's like, maybe we'll post a clip of one of his TikToks. I don't fucking know. We'll see if I'm allowed to do that. I don't know. It's a learning experience. And Michael Waves. Obviously they weren't coming to St. Louis, but I asked if I can get on the thing, so we go do it. Buy on whatever I am allowed to get on there. Problem is, show's on Tuesday. So it's kind of one of those. It is what it is. My set is now instead of 5 minutes, it's 20 minutes.
So how many songs did you get to perform?
6 or 7. So like a little bit of a jump.
Yeah, 1 to 6.
Yeah, 1 to 6, about a 20-minute performance. Everything kind of went well. That still was about getting reps in, making the connections. I got to meet Michael, Danny. I got to meet Sam in person for the same time, and that was what that was about for me. And like, again, like learning how to perform and learning more about the industry. And
I think these first few years, it's all about learning.
Yeah, and it went well. They said the performance was well, but again, I got pissed off with it. Because I fucking went over to the mic stand, and there's a video of this. I went over to the fucking mic stand to perform one of the slower songs. And I'm like standing with the mic stand like this. And then the mic stand just fucking shrinks. And it's getting lower and lower and lower. And I'm like, what?
So it's like going down?
Yes, it's shrinking. I don't know how to fucking use a mic stand. So fucking I'm I'm down here singing this fucking thing. So I just whatever. So at the end of the day, I just walked away from the mic stand. I got upset.
You know how to use one now, though?
No, it damn near happened to me in the hometown show too.
You should probably learn.
I should learn. I know. So I get off, and everybody's like, "Oh, you killed it, man!" And Danny and Michael are fucking awesome. I talk to Michael still. I ask him some questions sometimes. Super cool guy. Danny makes the funniest fucking TikToks I've ever seen in my life. He makes TikToks where it's based on like sports games, right?
Oh.
So it's like post-game interview, you just went on a first date with your girlfriend, and they're like, Danny, how you doing? How do you think you just went on a date with your girlfriend? How do you think you went? And Danny's like, well, Tim, I think it went pretty well. We had to make some halftime adjustments, maybe get some candy, maybe get some Dippin' Dots. I think we'll renew her on the contract for the second date. Got a lot to talk about, though. He does ones where it's fucking Doritos or Sun Chips, and he's like, I got Doritos and 4. Give me. He's fucking hilarious. He's a fucking funny guy.
He just relates everything to sports.
Yeah. And I was sitting there. He does other things too, but that's his main thing.
Yeah, those are always funny.
And I remember the funniest. I was with Hamar, and Danny's shit just pops up on my For You page. And I was like. I'm showing it to a bar constantly, the videos and stuff like that. Look at this fucking guy. This guy's hilarious. Then I find out Sam's his manager, and I'm like, holy fuck, what the fuck happened here? So anyway, I get to do the thing. Michael Wave, meet them. They're super cool. I gave them shirts, so that was a learning experience in itself. But again, I was pissed off with my performance because the fucking mic stand goddamn thing pissed me off. So anyways. Now I did 2 shows away.
Now you come home.
I come home. I have no idea what the fuck's going to happen. I knew we had to do one here. Because at the same time, I'm trying to get Brett reps in too. Yeah. I'm trying to teach him and let him learn. Because he's newer to this than I am. Fuck, he started making music, what? A year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah, when did you start making music?
Whenever we started making diss tracks on your sister.
I think that was Our junior year
Yeah, so
high school?
2016,
Yeah.
maybe
I
2017.
think it was 2017.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. That was probably my first introduction.
I remember those.
Yeah, I remember them too. What a fucking travesty those were. Testing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the year.
Yeah. Now I'm only in the right side now.
You have that same problem? I actually just noticed it. Yeah, the left one went out.
Huh. What the fuck? All right, whatever. Hopefully everything's good. Anyways. So I knew I had to do a show here in St. Louis. Have no idea how the fuck that's gonna go. Ooh, that sounds cooler whenever you take it off. So I have no idea how the fuck that's gonna go. I don't know who's coming. I don't know who actually gave a shit to come to watch the thing. I'm looking at venues, trying to find venue after venue after venue. A lot of them are like you have to pay to get into.
Oh.
Like a lot of money to pay to get into. And like it's not about the money, but like at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to make that money back. I don't know what's going to happen with all that. So,
So how'd you find, what was it, Blueberry Hill? Is that where you went?
yeah. So the band who opened up for us, who I asked to open up for us, are like their parents or like family friends of ours. And I kind of know them a little bit. And they're like they're an incredible band. I went and seen them a few times. And I was like, they're going to sell tickets. They're incredible. Why not have them open up for me? So then there was the fear of like, now we're mixing rock and rap, and I don't know what's going to happen with that. And Brett's like, I don't want to go to Blueberry Hill because I want to have fucking pyro.
What's pyro?
Like fire, not fireworks, but like flames and fucking CO2.
You were limited at Blueberry Hill?
You couldn't do it in Blueberry Hill because it's a restaurant. Couldn't set on the fucking fire alarms. And everywhere else that we could go to like might be able to do it is tricky. That's probably going to happen for the second show. But like for this first show, I was just kind of like, let's just fucking, we're back. I was like, let's just fucking get in and see what happens first. You know, let's see if we can actually sell some tickets. I finally reached out to Blueberry Hill. I get a hold of somebody. They're fucking super awesome. Incredible place. They fucking marketed the shit out of it. They put like Ellie, like Logic came to town, have his fucking concert. We were thinking about going to that, but you couldn't because your concussion.
When is that?
It happened already.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. They apparently they had like LEDs of like promoting our show.
Oh, really?
That's what they said. I don't know. I didn't go.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would have gone, but I didn't. I think that was like a Labor Day weekend or something like that, and I had to go to the lake or something like that. I don't know.
I thought you and Jeff were going to go.
Wonder what happened. So
I think I know.
Yeah. So fucking we finally get together. I wanted Guilty Pleasures to go on last because like I just figured that we're back out.
It's
Yeah, we're flipping in and out. I wanted them to go last, but they were there so many times already. The venue didn't want it, so I was like, all right, I guess I'm headlining, which is already weird. To fucking jump.
Yeah, each set you do one song,
Yeah.
like 6 and 20, and now you're headlining.
Now I'm fucking headlining the venue and the show. We pull up there. It says the Ian Moore on fucking.
Pretty sick though, you know.
It's cool. It was fucking incredible. I'm like promoting the fucking shit out of this thing. I'm posting about it every fucking day. Guilty Pleasures, they pop up on Fox News, and I still don't know how we're doing. I'm getting ticket counts, and I knew that like so with these things is that they skyrocket the week of or the weekend of, but I just was fucking going ham.
Do you know like the difference? You know how you can buy them online, or you said you can buy the tickets in person?
Yeah, so you can buy them in person.
You know, like what was the percentage? Do you know of like how many people bought it in person?
So we sold
online?
200. I knew on the Friday before the show was on Sunday. The Friday before the show, we sold 111. I texted Zach, who is the lead singer of Guilty Pleasures, because I'm like talking to him to let them know, hey, you need to be here at this time and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, we sold 111 so far. And Zach was like, holy fuck, that's a lot for online sales. And I was like, what are you talking about, online sales?
I was 2 of those.
And he was like, we typically do a lot, like, at the door. And I was like, oh.
You sold like almost 90 at the door.
Yeah. So show day comes around. We get inside. Terry, who's my point of contact for the Blueberry Hill, works at Blueberry Hill. Super awesome guy. Super great. He was like, ticket sales are doing pretty good. We're over 150. And I was like, huh?
But when was this?
This Sunday of, like while we're loading in, getting there.
Oh, was this before people could buy tickets or?
No, this is like show day. Like we're at 150 now. Then you had walk-ins. So like the fucking green room. So now I know we have 150 tickets sold, but I'm still nervous because I'm not like nervous to perform. I'm nervous about like what's going to happen here because you're still mixing rock and rap.
Yeah.
I had that in the back of my mind. I had, we had a bunch of shirts being.
I almost think it's better though to have different genres because you have different people come in and watch.
Yeah. Yeah, but like a lot of like the Guilty Pleasures fans and who really like that rock music are a little bit older.
Yeah, they could always just leave after that.
They did. Not all of them, but like I did see like
it's like the end of a game when all the fans are leaving.
I saw like 5 or 10% of people leave, but like still, like that's like what there was like I don't know 20 like 15 people who left. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Yeah, I get it. So fucking we go in the green room, we set up, do sound check, everything's great, everything's cool. Fucking Guilty Pleasures go on, absolutely smash it in the green room, which is the backstage room.
Yeah.
It's by the stage, and like there's a peephole to the door that you can look out, and I look out. I see fucking 200 people.
Oh, it's packed.
I'm like, what the fuck? And it's small, like it's an enclosed.
Well, that's the thing is you got to know like this area.
It's an enclosed small. It's in the basement of the fucking restaurant.
We had 200 people in a basement.
Yeah.
They're going to be pretty cool.
Look fucking a little packed.
If you go in a full arena with 200 people, it's not going to look so good.
Huh.
We know by
We'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah, we know what it looks like.
So I look out, Guilty Pleasures, they fucking smash it, murder it. Everybody's loud as fuck, going ham for these fucking guys, right? I'm sitting in the back. Brett is about to go on. There's like a 20-minute interlay between them and what Brett goes on because they have to get their equipment and stuff like that. Brett is like doing fucking push-ups, kind of freaking out a little bit. The DJ plays a Flo Rida song. So like fucking, so Brett knows to like go on. That was like Brett's main thing. Like every time we did rehearsal is like, you have to play the Flo Rida song before we start.
What song?
The Club Can't Handle Me right now.
It's a good song.
Right now. Yeah, so fucking DJ comes in, he goes, hey, I'm going to play your Flo Rida song. Walks back out, plays it. D2, shout out to you. Incredible. He plays it. Brett's like standing by the door, kind of freaking out a little bit. But like, I look at the people. Fucking people are going ham. They're dancing. They're going off. And I'm not like saying this because it was like my show and like, oh, look how fucking good we did. I was actually fucking so happy. And then fucking Brett's first song is like a mix of his intro and his second song off of his album. And it's like a skit thing where like we had the lights go out. And then I don't know if the lights actually went out because we were in the backstage. But like the lights were supposed to go out. And then it was like a robot voice that goes, this is a demo. Keep your hands inside of and then it's like a roller coaster sound.
I wish I was there. That sounds sick.
It was fucking people are now screaming. Brett runs out there, crowd goes fucking wild. He is murdering his set, and I'm like, this is gonna turn out just fine. So now like leading up to the thing, like because my set and his set they combine.
Yeah.
Because we record that song together. So his set ends, and he's like he does this thing where he goes, all right, St. Louis, I'll see you later. And he walks back, opens up the door, the green room door. Oh,
you walk out?
And he turns around, he comes back, and he does this. He goes, actually, I think I have one more song with a really familiar face. And then, like, our song plays, I run out there. So during that whole point, he's about to be done, the Guilty Pleasures drummer walks in with 2 glow sticks. Because, like, the glow sticks are passed out at this point.
You said that was only for your when you were performing, right?
Yeah, but Brett used it for his too.
What was it? Guilty pleasures didn't want them.
I forgot to bring it up to him, to be honest. And plus, like, if they used it for theirs, then
you said they have an older generation too, right?
a little bit, yeah. They had kids like our age, like there to watch them, like friends of theirs and stuff like that. But mostly, it's kind of like older people who really like rock. I would say in their 20s, 30s. Stuff like that, maybe even 40s, 50s. I don't know. I really don't know. I have no fucking idea. That was my fear. It worked out the way it was supposed to. I run out there, fucking go ham. Now my set's 40 minutes. I'm wearing a flannel. Gets hot as fuck.
So let me ask you though, out of all three, which one do you like better?
Of my performances?
No, just like overall, like the setup. Do you like being like the 6-minute one or the 20? Or I guess
I loved being the headliner.
I figured.
I like being the main event.
I know how you like pictures and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. It was fun being the last guy to go on, and I think like at the end of the day, I probably wasn't the biggest draw. I think like Guilty Pleasures was probably the biggest draw, and that's why I wanted them to go on last because they've been doing shows. Like, they got 2 years on me on this. But I went out there, 200 people, all of them have glow sticks, fucking Brett, JB, all of them are at the front.
Does the crowd, like, amp you up when you go out there?
Yes.
Like, if you're nervous and you go out there and you just see everyone waving that shit around.
Yeah, fat adrenaline.
That's what adrenaline, yeah.
Adrenaline. And now, like, I'm also nervous about, like, how's my knee gonna hold up? We'll get to that in a second. But like fucking, I run out there, fucking people are dancing, going ham. It couldn't have went better.
Yeah, the video you sent me, it looked pretty cool.
I was so grateful that everybody came out and saw it, and a lot of people got shirts, and a lot of people stole shirts too. Fuckers, love you, but fuckers.
I gotta steal one.
Yeah, we had like 25 shirts for sale. I only got like 8 notifications that people bought them, and they were all gone. And I was like, "What the fuck happened here?"
Where are the other 17?
Yeah. It's fine. Who cares? So, I do the set. Everything goes great. Of course, there's things I'd fix or want to fix. Like, I wish I didn't go like still out. I wish I didn't like walk back and forth so much, but we'll change it for the next one.
Well, you learn.
Yeah, you learn. And I met everybody after the show. Well, as many people as I could. It's a Sunday night. Like, the fact that we did damn near 200 tickets. It wasn't exactly 200, but it was close. 200 tickets on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Big. Right?
Imagine if you did it on like a Friday or
Saturday. I think if we do a Friday or Saturday night, which is definitely going to be the next one.
Probably 300.
I think we might sell that bitch out. That the venue holds like 350. So I think we do well. And plus the good news is a lot of our family, friends, and shit, they like to drink. So I think Blueberry Hill did pretty good.
Making money.
Yeah, as far as making money. So I got to talk to everybody. Everybody was super nice. It was a super awesome time. It couldn't have gone better. I wouldn't change a thing. Even like the fuck ups. It was rough at some points, like making sure everything went well. But everybody I met and worked with, the sound guy was awesome. D2, the DJ was awesome. Everything about it was kick ass. I don't know why it's doing that.
Do you have any idea where you're going next?
I have no idea. We've been talking about it.
It's like, do you think it will be in St. Louis again? Or
Yeah. I think like as far as like out of town shows. Oh, I gotta thank AJ too for taking the kick ass photos that I posted. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I know Brett's like super heavy on the pyro stuff. Like he wants it to do that, and I get it, because the name of the game is if you do it again, who comes back? Who's like, oh, I can't wait to see this again. Apart from,
well, overall, the event just sounds fun.
I mean, it was a blast, and I think a lot of people said that they had a blast, and you could tell that people had fun, which is the most important thing to me at the end of the day. So the name of the game is figuring out who comes back. So I wanted a pretty good distance amount of time in between then and now. So because I got singles that are coming out. Listen to Change, Go Stream Change comes out tonight, actually in the next 6 hours. I don't know when this podcast will come out. I think probably Monday, October 3rd. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I don't know what's next. I don't know. Well, obviously I got to promote my singles, but Brett's like fucking thirsty to get back in. Like he wants to do this again. And I'm like, let's fucking.
Yeah, it seems like something like that. That was such a great night. Want to get back out there.
Yeah, and I was like, let's, I mean, I might have something maybe in December. We'll see. But I don't know how that's going to pan out. But that's not like the hometown. That's not like our show. That's like me potentially being on something else.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to pan out yet. I won't say anything about it. But like Brett's like, let's do it again in December. And I'm like, that's 3 months away.
We'll see, buddy.
I was like, let's relax a little bit. And he goes, no, man, like strike when the iron's hot. And I'm like, it'll be hot, and I'm gonna be hot still. Like I'm releasing songs, and I'm not leaving anybody's Facebook timeline anytime soon here. Like I suggest you do the same. Let's make them want more, and then we can come back and give them a fantastic show that's different from what it was before when we got a couple more songs that are released and stuff like that. Because like the name of the game is who comes back, who wants to see, who's afraid that this is gonna be the exact same show they saw last time. But also, then you have, like, if we do it on a Friday or Saturday night, then you got more people who are coming. And can we get Guilty Pleasures involved? And who's headlining again? And I don't know. All I can say is that we want to do one again. I don't know when that's going to be. I would like it to be, because also I want to do it at a time where people are back from school. So like December makes sense, but that's a little too close for me personally. I don't.
You say back in school or
back from school?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say back home.
Yeah, because then I think like there's people who are away at school.
Oh yeah, you also people at colleges,
yeah, who would come back for more. I don't know why it's doing that.
I kind of just ignore it.
I don't know if it's like something that I fucked up or I don't know. So the question is like, who comes back for more? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we want to do it again. That's all I can say. I don't know when. Maybe I'm aiming for potentially March, April, around there. Brett wants to do it earlier. I don't know. We'll just kind of see how it turns out. I'm not opposed to doing anything in December. I'm really not. Because I know the next time we do it, it's gonna fucking smack. Like it's gonna be incredible. Because he's super heavy on the pyro shit. So if we get the pyro shit, fucking that's incredible.
Yeah,
that looks sick. And we do it on a Friday, Saturday night, and then you got more people who come. And I don't give a fuck about the ticket sales or the money and stuff like that. I just want more people to come so more people have more fun.
Well, I think isn't that like the key of the beginning? Like you consider yourself a beginner, right?
Yeah, as far as like performing and shit like that. Yeah,
like beginning is just getting out there, getting your name known,
getting reps and stuff like that. Yeah,
so focus on the money later.
Yeah, it's not I don't give a fuck about the money. If I give a fuck about the money, I'd be mad about the $300+ I lost in merch sales.
You gotta up security.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're gonna do it again. We're 100% gonna do it again. I just don't know when we're gonna do it again. I can tell you that it's gonna be less than a year. Don't know what that means.
All right, within a year.
Within a year. I can tell you it's going to be within a year, and it's going to be a completely different show, and it's going to be it's going to smack. I would like more performances. I would like to be able to do more performances. So I don't know if that means we go back to Blueberry Hill or not, but I just want Blueberry Hill to know you guys are fucking awesome. I 100% will be back there eventually in my lifetime to do another show soon. Maybe just not for this next one. Am I slamming this hole too much? Like a gavel.
Hey, you can hear it.
Yeah, I'm like a judge with a gavel. Maybe not for this next one, but I definitely would love to come back for Blueberry Hill because they treated me right and they were fucking awesome and everything about it was kick ass, and they have awesome fried pickles and chicken strips, which also smacked too at like 1 a.m. when we were eating them. I need to check the camera. Give me 1 second. If we had a commercial break, we could put it up here. Actually, this would be a good place where we could put like a promotion shit.
WPW.
We're still recording.
We're going strong.
Good to go. Okay. Hey, my right ear's back.
Yeah, it came back like 5 minutes ago, and it was really loud.
So I don't know. I don't know what's happened. We're a little bit over time of when we were supposed to do that.
That's fine.
I kept talking, but
I think that's important because, like, the next podcast.
yeah, that's what we do. I'm not really restricted by time here, so I don't really give a fuck. Well, I mean, kinda, but not really. So anyways, during like the hometown show, like the whole thing that I was worried about was the fucking knee, which almost put the whole fucking show at risk.
Yeah, what's wrong with your knee?
So fucking a few weeks ago, I wake up after a soccer game and I'm like, holy fuck, I can't stand on my fucking knee. It keeps caving inwards. What the fuck? I'm walking down the stairs. I'm in excruciating pain. I go to the doctor. They're like, yeah, hey, your knee's fucked. And I was like, thanks for letting me know. Potential partial meniscus tear, potential MCL damage, and patellar subluxation syndrome, which basically means whenever my knee does this, it's
gonna hurt.
When my leg does this, my knee is sliding in and out of place. So I've been going to physical therapy, and I've just been kicking the fuck. They've been kicking. I think, like, I went yesterday.
Like, what do you do there?
Fuck, they had me do like 90 fucking leg presses or something like that. They're taking good care of me, but I think yesterday they tried to assassinate me. and I got the big ego, you know, so it's like,
I can do it.
Yeah, I can do it, you know. Let's hop on she's like, you want to hop on the elliptical? And I was like, hell yeah. She's like, 8 minutes. I'm like,
easy.
I was like, easy. I mean, that's not hard, but whenever I go to the gym, like before I was like training a shit ton for like the boxing camp and whatnot. I want to fight. Get me on a card, KSI. I was fucking running nonstop, and then after I was done with that, then I was like, let me hop on the elliptical and just fucking do this for like an hour. Burn like 400 calories. It was kick ass, right? Of course, didn't stretch. That was a cause. I would go run a bunch without stretching, and like my hamstrings and quads and shit would get so tight, it's like pulling everything apart. so like I remember like the first time I went there, she like would lift up my leg and she's like, God damn, your fucking hamstrings are tight. And I'm like, I know. I feel like stretching.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Fix me.
Yeah, so fucking yeah. So they I got the ego thing, so I'm like, yeah, I could do it. I'm gonna keep going. They almost assassinated me.
He regrets it.
I regret it, but my last one's tomorrow, and then I think we're gonna move on. I played soccer for the first time on Tuesday in 4 weeks.
How'd it go?
Nick, it may have been the worst soccer game I've ever played in my life. I like, then it doesn't hurt anymore. Knee doesn't hurt anymore.
Well, that's good.
Hamstrings and quads are super tight. But I'm like afraid. I'm afraid to pivot on it. I'm afraid to fuck it up.
That will go away though each game.
I guess.
Less and less.
But it led me. We played the best team in the league. It led me getting cooked like fucking 5 times.
You guys
win? No.
I remember when I used to play, we'd always be like good one season, then they would like move us up. Is that what they did?
No, I don't know. No, we've been in the same division for a while, but the issue is like people keep leaving to go on like international fucking holiday or something like that, and then they're gone for like 3 weeks, and we play the best teams in the league, and like whenever we have our best players, they're gone for when we play the best team. So then we like end up being in the fucking middle of the division. So like the problem is, while all the time I was hurt, they were losing games because like me and Gary are the only fucking defenders besides Pat, who sometimes is there, sometimes isn't. So I'm gone. That just leaves Gary. So, you know, we're losing a couple games, and I was talking all sorts of shit. I was like, well, when I get back, I'm going to teach you motherfuckers how to play some defense.
How to win.
Yeah, and then I come back, and I get fucking cooked. I passed the ball to the wrong fucking guy 4 different times. I was so fucking mad at myself, but like...
Sorry, first games back are always a little rough.
Yeah, Gary was like, I wouldn't worry about it. You're totally good. And I was like, I don't feel totally good. I feel fucking pissed off. I don't know. But yeah, knees getting back. So that was the biggest fear in my future endeavors. But
so when you performed though, how did it work? Like,
it was fine. I think I was just so hopped up on adrenaline that maybe that's
I could see you not feeling it.
Yeah, I jumped off the stage at one point and ran through the crowd. That was fine.
Did you feel it the next day though when you woke
No,
up?
I was exhausted. I was certainly tired. So I rescheduled my physical therapy appointment for the next morning to yesterday, and I think that's why they tried to kill me.
This fucker's trying to take time off.
Nah, they're awesome. All of them are great. Fantastic. It's my fault. It's my fault. She's like, I don't want to kill you. You know, are you good? I'm like, I'm good. Let's do it. She's like, all right, we're gonna go to the leg press machine. I'm like, bet. Fucking, I'm an idiot. Dumb as shit. Fuck. So, I don't know. Anyways, Halloween's upon us.
Oh yeah.
Fall season, thank God. It was fucking hot as shit this week. I was hot. Yeah, it was fucking hot.
Yeah, today it was great today.
It was cool today. It was nice. I felt nice. I loved it.
That's huge for me. The heat kills me. Like, no joke.
With your head or just?
Yeah, just the head. Just like going outside, just the heat.
You need to go back to the doctor. It's been 2 years, my friend. I get like, it's like post-concussion syndrome or something like that. I don't know. Take it seriously, kids.
Watch your heads.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. Maybe we just gotta throw. I think I've been pushing you to do this for a while. I think this has got to be like a throw you in the deep end of a pool type of situation. See what happens.
What's the pool though?
A haunted house.
We did that last year.
We did it once, and you were fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we went through it, and you remember the next night, I think we were watching UFC, or was it? I think it was Tyson Fury, actually.
I think we did it. I don't remember.
I think it was Tyson Fury versus Wilder. Like I just remember going there, and then the night after, we could barely watch the fight.
I didn't know that.
You remember you texted me, you're like, you okay? You don't remember?
Oh, yeah, because you were like fucking zoned out. And
yeah,
I just texted you, and I was like, you good?
I was like, I'm still recovering from that haunted house.
I want to make sure you are right.
I watched Tyson Fury kick ass, but...
Motherfucker. He's fighting again. He might be fighting Anthony Joshua soon. We'll talk about that in another podcast. Yeah. We only got so much time. But we got to figure out what we're doing for the Halloween tour. Every year we do the Halloween tour.
Well, we know we got the movie.
That's tomorrow. If we go tomorrow. I don't know. I got to see what...
No, don't we? Or when's that one with the...
the Halloween movie?
Does that come out this year?
Yeah, the Michael Myers movie that comes out October 14th.
We definitely got to watch that one.
Yeah, we're definitely going day of. 100% we're going day of. So we're definitely doing that. Fuck yes. So that's one weekend. Because every night in the weekend, not every night in the weekend, but every weekend in Halloween or in October, we like to do something for the Halloween tour. We either like to go to a haunted house or watch a movie. We can't see Barbarian. I know, like, because October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are, like, the first couple nights of Halloween or of October of the tour. So we got to do something then. Then we got to do something the next weekend. I think the second weekend or the third weekend's the Michael Myers movie, Halloween. Can't see Barbarian because that's going to be out of theaters by the time October comes around.
Is it really?
Yeah, definitely. I checked. I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling it probably will be. I think it's been in theaters for like a few weeks now.
Yeah, that's crazy because we went and watched, what was it?
Black Phone.
That was the beginning of August. That's crazy. It's already been almost 2 months.
Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
Are we having fun?
I don't know. I mean, I had fun.
Yeah.
What I had fun doing was selling 200 tickets.
I was gonna say, you've probably been focused on the event.
Yeah, I was focused.
So, like, when did you first find out about the event?
A month and a half before September 18th. So, what's the month? July? No, late July, early August. So yeah, it was after Black Phone. I feel like I didn't know. I was talking about, like, I was setting everything up.
So, like, a month and a half, basically.
Yeah, I was setting it up. But... we'll transition to our next thing. I'll say that it was a grand time. It was a great time. I love selling 200 tickets. Like somebody else who sold 200 tickets. Austin McBroom.
We're on to this topic.
Back to YouTube boxing.
Let's get it.
Social Gloves 2. What a fucking nightmare of an event. What the fuck happened?
Starting late.
I don't even think we ever got an explanation for that.
The only one I could think of is they wanted to dodge the Diaz fight, but it almost made it like worse.
Damn near fucking lined up with the Diaz fight. Let me help you. 4 in the what time did they Gibb Austin finally go on? 1?
Yeah, it was like 1 at your house.
1 a.m. Central Standard Time is not an optimal time zone for anywhere in the fucking world.
You said it was like 6 a.m. in England.
England's
right?
6 hours. So Give is the one who's selling the fucking pay-per-views. I actually have no idea what the fucking pay-per-view buys are for this event. I'm curious. I'm 100% curious. They never came out, and I haven't seen it on Twitter.
They're probably hiding them.
Yeah, so I can only imagine it wasn't well. Social Gloves 2.
We could just look and there's no fans there.
Yeah, so that was the wild thing. I think that they may have delayed it because they couldn't sell the tickets.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
So if anybody doesn't know, Give versus Austin McBroom, we're a big we're a big boxing fan, fight fan in general.
Yeah, fights in general.
But YouTube boxing is especially fun. I'm a big Gibb fan, and Gibb versus Austin McBroom was a big fight in the
I will
YouTube.
say, I think out of the YouTube fights, that's one of the best ones I've seen.
It was a great fight.
Because like McBroom was winning early, but then
it was
Gibb went in.
It was a fucking awesome fight.
He clipped him, and McBroom never recovered.
It was a kick-ass fight. I'll give him that. I'll give Austin McBroom credit where credit's due. It takes the son of a bitch.
How many times did he get knocked down?
4, 5.
Yeah, to get back. That's crazy to get back up.
It's a son of a bitch to know that your event's failing, to go out there and get your ass kicked and keep standing back up and continue to get your ass kicked only to get fucking flatlined at the end of the night. Tough bastard. I'll give him that. I mean, the issue, like, that fight was so big because everybody loves Gibb in general, and that's why, like, the England thing was such a big deal, which why the fuck is this pay-per-view? I don't know. Maybe they were pushing back to maybe more people in England are awake.
Wasn't it at 6 a.m. though?
Or 7 in the morning, England time?
I guess.
Probably.
If they would have done it at the normal time, what would have been like 2, 3 a.m.?
Gibb would have won on probably 4.
Yeah, I guess it did work out better for England.
I guess. So in that, right, it was smart. But, you know, what's not smart is saying that the pay-per-view starts at one time, but then fucking not starting it at that time.
Yeah.
Delaying it for no explanation.
At least if you're going to delay it, tell us.
Fuck. We still haven't gotten an not that I've seen. I don't know. Pay-per-view sales are not out yet. Or they are. I'd imagine if they have been, I would have seen it on Twitter because everybody would have been making fun of them. So this fight was a really big deal because the KSI event just happened. And Isan Gibb is one of the top guys in the industry or in the scene. Austin McBroom is a big deal too because if Austin McBroom wins that fight...
You think KSI's next?
Oh, 110%. He's fighting He earns the KSI fight. Because KSI is kind of, we'll talk about this in a later podcast, but KSI is kind of in limbo of
who to fight next
and what the fuck's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to get to Deji Mayweather today. That's okay.
Yeah, we talked about your show. That's pretty.
We talked about the show for a long time.
That's all right, though. Next podcast.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll save Deji Mayweather for the next podcast. It's okay. We'll bring it up, but it's fine. So the issue with all that is like, so if Austin McBroom wins that fight, he's damn near the next Jake Paul. I mean, like he's a villain. He's the bad guy of the industry. Like, you know, because he fucked all the fighters out. I don't know what he is. I don't know personally. I don't know. He reserved anybody who gets in the ring gets respect.
They really do.
So I don't know, unfortunately he lost to Gibb. Well, not unfortunately for me. I want Gibb to win, but we'll see if he ever fights again. I wouldn't be surprised if he never fights again. That wouldn't surprise me at all. He really shouldn't do his own pay-per-view anymore. He should, because he could make more money. He probably could make more money if he just hopped on other people's fucking shows.
Yeah, and it's been like co-main event.
Yeah, but like the problem why it took this fight so long to get running was because people had no idea. The consensus was that he was asking for so much fucking money. KSI, after Austin gets knocked unconscious, tweets out and was like, "This guy wanted to fight me for $3 million." Austin McBroom's not $3 million worth. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what he's. I doubt it, but like.
I feel like barely Jake Paul is.
Yeah. So, but Jake Paul will tell you he made $44 million in a year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So. Sponsored and shit, but.
Yeah. So Gibb won. Thank God.
Who do you think Gibbs fight next?
Well, the big rumor leading up to the fight was KSI versus Gibb. That's a terrible idea. They got the same fan base.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch that. I mean, in terms of like the best versus the best,
That would make sense.
it's intriguing. But like at the same time, like nobody wins that fight. If anybody wins, nobody wins. KSI loses.
If they did fight though, who do you think would win, KSI?
Yeah, maybe. No. I don't know. I think KSI would probably take it.
I would take KSI only because he fought Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Not that Logan Paul's good. He's just boxing height is huge, and Logan Paul.
I think Logan Paul's pretty good now.
Yeah.
Despite his height or reach, it takes some motherfucking skill to not get fucking flatlined by Floyd Mayweather, who's trying to flatline you.
Oh yeah.
So
he's hugging him good.
I'll give him that. I think Logan's still one of the top guys in the scene.
On YouTube boxing.
Yes, and
I
YouTube.
would top 3, I think.
Yeah, I think no matter which way you slice it, it's KSI, not like in order, but KSI, Jake, Logan are still going to be top 3.
They probably sell the most too.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Logan's wrestling Roman Reigns.
When's that?
November,
Oh.
I think. During the, pretty close to the Deji Mayweather fight. I'll talk about that later.
Next podcast.
In episode 2. So fucking, I have no idea. So Austin loses, if JJ loses to Gibb, kiss that Jake Paul fight goodbye, which is the ultimate dream fight in YouTube boxing. That sucks. If Gibb loses, that kills all his momentum. I think regardless, in KSI, like, he got a bunch of flack for it, so he ended up saying, we're not doing it. We're not going to fight. I get it. We're friends. Nobody wants to see it. We got the same fan base, so thank God they're not fighting. But I think what you see next is that you see Gibb 100% fighting on the January card, which is the next KSI fight.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be in America. Maybe we go, depending
yeah?
where it is.
Where's it at?
I don't know yet. Probably LA. Maybe Florida.
It's in Florida. I'm down.
I don't know where it is. I have no idea. I'm intrigued though. It's definitely in England. I know that because JJ tweeted and he was like, I'm not fighting Andrew Tate because Andrew Tate's 200 pounds. And I'm not fighting Tommy Fury because Tommy Fury can't come to America. Where the next
I wouldn't
card
trust
is.
Tommy Fury either.
I don't blame Tommy Fury. I don't think it's Tommy Fury's fault that he pulled out or had to pull out.
You never know. It could have been Jake Paul's fault and he just lies.
Well, it's got Tommy Fury's tied to not Tommy, but the Fury
Yeah.
name's tied to the fucking legal crime or something or another. I don't know what that whole situation is. I don't really care, but something like that, which means that the United States are like, yeah, you guys are
Not a lot in.
not stepping foot here. So clearly it's serious enough, but I don't know. I think you see Gibb fight on the January card against Slim. Remember Slim?
I'm trying to think.
He knocked FaZe Temper out. Second last fight of the KSI card.
How do you spell that? S-L-I-M?
Slim, yeah. He came out to the fucking, that funny ass song. I can't remember it. Walking my way downtown. I think that was it.
That guy. I would
Yeah.
forgive easily.
Yeah. But like Slim's, I think he's 3-4-0 all knockouts right now.
I can't remember that fight that well.
Yeah. Slim walked in on like 2 weeks' notice. He fucking flatlined.
Who did you
Temper.
fight?
He fought Temper, who's 6'4". Problem. You know, who's a pretty good boxer. So flatlines Temper. And then, like, it sucks for Gibb, because no matter who Gibb fights, he's always
smaller.
He's always going to be at a disadvantage, no matter what.
Like against McBroom, yeah, he was smaller, but
And it's a problem. That's an issue. And if you think that fucking Austin McBroom was tall and long,
how tall is McBroom? Like 5'10", you think?
10, 5'11", maybe 6
Gibb
foot.
looked kind of small.
Yeah, Gibb's like 5'8", I think, 5'9". I don't know. What I do know is that Slim is fucking tall. Not only is he tall, he could touch his toes while standing straight up.
Long arms.
Motherfucker's arms are long as fuck. So that can either go one of two ways. Gibb can either get inside and pepper up the body, and then like Slim can't get around. I don't know.
The one thing I do like about Gibb though is you see some fighters like almost like Tyron Woodley. Remember when he boxed Jake? He wanted to go inside. Gibb was going inside in McBroom, even though he got dropped in the first round. I liked it.
He was cautious too,
Yeah,
because he knew that Austin was gonna. That was the whole plan, was to counter uppercut. So I don't know.
That was a really good fight. It was smart too.
It was a great fight. Love Gibb. Fucking love it. I don't know what Austin McBroom does next. Probably doesn't fight again. I would like to see him fight again though. I want to see him fight Saul Poppy.
Now that guy, he finished his fight in like 15 seconds, right?
Fuck, less than that.
He went in there through like a combo.
Yeah, fucking uppercutted that fucking poor bastard. I can't remember his name. Uppercutted that fucker to the Shadow Realm. I mean, Jesus Christ. What a great card. That fight, the KSI card was kick ass.
It really was. Good fights.
Yeah, except KSI's fights, poor bastard. It's not his fault. It is what it is. Yeah.
That's the problem with KSI, is he hasn't really fought anyone like recently.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about what's next for him on the next one. I don't know. The consensus is right now potentially Dylan or Tyron. But Dylan's a fucking... He'll never fight. I mean, Dylan is literally only relevant because people like us continue to talk about him.
Not a boxer, though.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't know what happens there. It's either... I mean, there is a rumor, though, that Tommy Fury and Tyron Woodley are in talks. Did I ever send you this? Are in talks to fight?
You told me about it.
Yeah, they're in talks to fight in the Deji Mayweather card in Dubai. I don't understand why Tyron Woodley thinks he has any chance.
How would he fight someone his size? Why does he keep going with guys like...
I don't know. I'm not going to trash Tyron Woodley. I like Tyron Woodley as a person. He's from St. Louis. He's from our hometown. He's a good guy. He was in Cobra Kai too, so I love him. But like,
yeah, I remember seeing the scene of him in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, maybe Tyron Woodley fucking flatlines Tommy Fury. I don't know what's gonna happen.
What do you think of a Tyron Woodley Gibb fight? Because aren't they like the same size?
Yeah, I like that fight a lot. I want to see that fight. They're the same. I think they're relatively the same size. They would be relatively in the same weight.
That's honestly what Gibb should do next. Tyron Woodley's a big name.
I like that fight a lot.
I do too.
I like that fight a lot, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think if Tyron Woodley beats Tommy Fury, then Tyron Woodley KSI is the fight to make.
That's also a good fight.
Yeah, people are nervous about it. I saw like a few people were nervous about KSI stuff, and that's a big step up.
Tyron Woodley's not bad. He's got good defense.
Tyron Woodley, I mean, he's a fucking former welterweight champion.
Yeah, Jake only beat him because he's got a huge reach. Like
Exactly.
The first fight was just jabs.
And that's what worries me about with Tyron against the Tommy Fury thing, is Tommy Fury's a bigger guy, bigger reach. He's more...
Reach in boxing is huge.
He throws combinations like a motherfucker, and Tyron Woodley had pretty good blocking against the combinations when Jake did it, but Tommy Fury's... Tommy Fury's got the fucking combinations for days, and he's quicker with it. But he also overreaches and he comes in, and maybe Tyron Woodley can just come over the top and fucking clip him and put him out.
I think Woodley, though, has the experience over Fury, just because he's been in such big fights.
I mean, 100%.
Doesn't matter who.
100%. No matter what, like, I gotta support the St. Louis hometown guy. Unless he's fighting KSI or Gibb, then...
I think Gibb versus Woodley, that sounds actually...
I mean, I love that fight. I want to see that fight super bad, but it's not gonna happen.
I think Woodley would win, maybe.
I mean, probably, maybe. I don't know. I trust Gibb. But that's not even, like, that hasn't even been a conversation piece.
It should be.
I haven't even seen anybody bring that up anywhere. Because Gibb versus Slim is the dream fight to make, and Slim's fighting on the next Misfits card in October. And he's probably going to fucking flatline whoever he's fighting. I think he's fighting Ryan Taylor. But Ryan Taylor fought Anthony Taylor and lost every round, but did pretty good, and it was a draw, but it wasn't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. But similarly, we'll move on to the next subject. There was another fight on the night of Social Gloves too. Nate Diaz versus the UFC.
Oh yeah.
And Nate Diaz walked away the victor.
You know, out of all fights, I think that was like the best way he could have went out.
100%.
Because I think Tony Ferguson let him do his thing in the octagon. You know, letting Nate Diaz rest a little bit.
Yeah. For starters, Nate versus Ferguson should have been the fight to make from the fucking get-go. I don't know why the fuck that wasn't ever talked about to begin with. Well, it was. It wasn't talked about to Dana White, who Dana White was mad that Nate Diaz is leaving. At least that's the rumor consensus. I can't make assumptions. 1 second. Let me check the camera. But we're still rolling. My phone's got some data on it. We're an hour and an hour nine in.
That's crazy. I don't think mine would do that at all.
That's shocking. So can Gibb, what are we talking about? Diaz. So Diaz versus Ferguson should have been the fight to make in the first place. I get Dana's reasoning. I don't know if it was because he was mad at Nate Diaz. I don't know if it was because he's trying to build Khamzat as the big thing, or trying to do all of it at the same time.
Well, I don't think the fight made sense for either of them, though. Like, Nate Diaz is on the end of his career, and Chimaev's trying to go up. It just didn't make sense for either of them.
Dana White, in Dana White's mind, if Khamzat beats Nate Diaz, he earns a title shot.
Hey,
I don't know if
Edwards
beating
did that, though.
Yeah, but fuck. I don't know. I don't even know if you see Chimaev fight in 170 ever again.
No, I don't think so.
Fuck, you can't make fucking weight.
I think the fight to make for Chimaev is against Paulo Costa. If you heard that guy.
Yeah.
They had a little bit of a run-in.
I don't mind that. What's Paulo Costa fight at? Is he 185?
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I don't hate that. I mean, Chimaev,
I think Chimaev comes champion if he goes down to 170. If he can make the weight,
if he can
I think he'll win because he's just so much bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he beats it. I don't think he can beat Usman.
Usman's hard. But, I think he'd beat Covington only because he's bigger.
Hey, don't you dare!
Edwards.
Don't you dare disrespect Colby.
Hey, I love Colby.
Chaos.
That's my favorite fighter.
I fucking love Colby Covington. I love that Ric Flair motherfucker. He's
Maybe
Ric Flair in the
maybe
UFC.
Dana gives him the title shot next.
Never gonna happen.
Give Usman a break.
I think you're gonna get Colby versus Gilbert Burns next. It's probably gonna
That
happen.
would be a good fight too.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if that's gonna happen though, but I think Colby wins. I don't know. Don't you think Colby deserves a title shot after he beat mollywopped Masvidal?
I think, yeah, if it wasn't for Usman's long reign, I think Usman for Edward has to happen 3.
Yeah, I mean, Ariel made a great. I saw this clip where Ariel, whatever, I can't remember his last. You know.
I know who he is.
Yeah, Ariel was. He was talking to Chael Sonnen, who I also fucking love. I adore Chael Sonnen, and Chael Sonnen was like, "Well, we like to think matchmaking's so much easier than it actually is. It's actually really hard." And Ariel was like, "I would argue it's one of the easiest things in the sport. I can be the best matchmaker in the business." Colby versus Gilbert, love that idea. Masvidal versus Wonderboy Thompson, because they're gonna feed Wonderboy Thompson to Shavkat.
Chimaev?
No, not Khamzat. Sorry, not Khamzat. Colby fan. No. He's another guy who's like as good as Chimaev, but not as like big, as famous. Who's like they're trying to build too. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I think you should do Masvidal versus Wonderboy Thompson. I like that fight a lot. Colby versus Gilbert's fine, even though I think Colby deserves a title shot or whatever. Usman versus Leon in the stadium, London. Make it London versus the world. It's crazy. Love that idea. Doesn't matter who I think is going to win. We'll talk about that if they end up doing it. But Khamzat, I don't. 9 pounds overweight.
Yes.
That's a fucking. That's up there. I don't know if they do that.
Now, do you think if Chimaev goes up, he could beat Izzy?
He's probably a better wrestler.
Izzy versus the guy he's fighting next, though, is huge.
I don't know who's fighting next.
I forgot. The guy's beat him twice.
Oh, was it the guy who beat him?
Yeah, knocked him out cold.
10 years ago? In the amateur kickboxing fight?
Yeah, but
it's the story. I don't think that's actually how that's going to play out again, but we'll see. Didn't they just sign that guy?
Yeah, they did, but Dana, how they favor guys, they didn't. The guy's a striker, so they weren't going to put him against a wrestler. He fought Sean Strickland and knocked him out.
Wow.
It was nasty too.
Huh? I didn't know that. I'm not a massive fan. We're more casuals, but we're up.
Yeah.
We're higher casual.
We're coming more.
Yeah. We're coming more familiar.
Year.
Yeah. I box. Put me on a card, KSI. But I don't know what you do with Khamzat Chimaev. I don't know if he goes to 185 or if he goes to 170. He's now the biggest bad guy in the UFC.
I was gonna say he's gonna be a big draw.
I mean, he's the villain now. Overnight, he became so loved to being just the villain. Crazy. Good for Nate Diaz. Tony Ferguson versus Nate Diaz is what should have happened in the first place. Not sure why it didn't. Pretty good fight. It's so poetic of Nate Diaz to he beat the UFC.
Yeah.
By weight cut, essentially.
Yeah, he got lucky. He would have got ragdolled.
He probably would have gotten ragdolled unless good old Nate Diaz does it again.
He is a lot better on the ground than who was it, Kevin Holland fought.
Yeah. I mean, Nate Diaz can fight. I mean, let's not act like Nate Diaz was. His record's not great, but let's not act like he's ever fighting bums.
Yeah, I think though, I know it's bringing McGregor into this. I think if they fought for the third time, Diaz would kill him.
Yeah, I don't even think that's close.
Yeah, I don't think. Diaz looked really good against Ferguson, and Ferguson's not bad.
I think that goes the exact same way it did the last time. Conor has some success in the early rounds, tires out.
I think it'd be like the most one-sided.
You think it'd be super one-sided?
Maybe the first round, because I think McGregor thinks he's just gonna get jacked up and go in there and hit him.
I don't know what Conor McGregor does next. I mean, now that Nate Diaz is gone,
really that's the only fight I think for McGregor.
I think
but
probably
Diaz is gone, so
I think Michael Chandler's probably next for him.
I think Michael Chandler kills him.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, I think anyone like top 10 kills
I
McGregor.
don't know how you can step away for so long and come back and think you're gonna murder everybody. I think he's got to start slow and build people up. Obviously, Dana doesn't want to fucking throw him in there with somebody that will kill him, but I don't mind Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. I think that'd be fine. I don't know how that turns out.
It'd be fine because one of them's probably getting knocked out.
Yeah, I don't know how that fight turns out. I have a feeling Michael Chandler probably wins, but I still like that matchup. I don't know why. In my head, that sounds good.
What's exciting? Both are like first round guys with power.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think you do. It's just big for Nate Diaz. It was a very Nate Diaz fight. He's walking around the ring. He's pointing at him. He's walking away. They're joking with each other. Nate Diaz wins by guillotine, flexing.
Hey, he did that smooth too.
Yeah,
like
flexing.
right away.
He looked good.
Oh, I think he was ready for Chimaev to shoot on him, and that was his game plan.
Yeah.
That was his whole game plan.
Probably, because he said they did a whole wrestling camp.
He had his interview. He's like, I wasted a whole wrestling camp.
We literally did a whole wrestling camp. So he's out of his UFC contract, goes out on his own terms. Fucking love that for Nate Diaz. Love Nate Diaz. Thank you for Tony Ferguson. The poor guy on the undercard, I can't remember his name, who had to switch opponents last minute because Ferguson was originally on the card, right?
Yeah,
that guy got fucked.
There was like 3 guys that stepped up.
I can't remember his name.
It's Ling or something.
Yeah.
Don't want to be racist here.
Jesus. Easy. I can't. We're casuals. It's
like Ling.
What UFC? What was it? What was the event? UFC.
I think 270. 279. I mean.
279 card. I don't know. I apologize. Give me a second.
Yeah, I might be able to pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, you were close. Lee.
I knew it was Lee, like L-I.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name. I'm sorry. I apologize. We're casuals.
We'll never be able to pronounce it.
Yeah, that's our fault. We're fucking casuals. He got fucked. I mean, he's training for a completely different guy.
Right? That's why some of the fights that night were a little off, and you could just see they didn't train.
Yeah, that guy deserves the world. The guy who got fucked over, Lee, he deserves the world. He deserves a good fight next, and I think Dana paid him pretty well last I heard, so good for him. But he got fucked. I'm sorry about it. But he was a good sport about the whole Diaz thing, letting Ferguson fight Diaz. And
I think that's why Diaz is so good, though. I mean, we don't know for sure, but I don't think he trains that much. He showed up to the fight and he fights.
I mean, that's the consensus of what Diaz does. Who knows?
We know he trains, but
yeah. So Diaz is out of his UFC contract. He's fighting. He's got his own promotion thing, and it probably goes on in goes to the boxing world, takes over the boxing world.
I think him versus Jake Paul.
I think that was the consensus of him versus Jake Paul, and if Jake Paul gets knocked out by Anderson Silva, talk about that on another podcast.
Jake Paul.
That's probably going to happen. I think Anderson Silva takes that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it more in detail. But if Nate Diaz fights, if he goes to the boxing world, somebody's looking for an opponent. That might be a KSI fight. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be a good fight too.
KSI versus Nate Diaz. It's a step up in competition. I don't know how that turns out. I think KSI probably wins that fight if it gets announced. We'll talk about it more, but I'm excited to see what Nate Diaz does in the future. I want to see him box. I would like to see him hop in the crossover boxing space, which is the YouTube influencer boxing.
Yeah, he's got a good one too.
That's the label of it. I would like to see him fight somebody. I think guy can fucking talk. He's a character. Everybody knows that about Nate Diaz. But yeah, I think that he boxes next. I think he wanted to leave to go fight Jake Paul, maybe really make some awesome money doing it.
Money.
But he can make the same amount of money fighting KSI. So I don't know what Nate Diaz's plans are. The fact that hasn't really been brought up that much within the KSI community camp surprises me a little bit as Nate Diaz is an option. At the same time, that would be hard for me to, because I want to support KSI, but at the same time, I love Nate Diaz. And I don't think that KSI wants to fight somebody that, for his next fight, that isn't universally hated, like a Dylan Dennis.
Yeah, if McBroom would have won, it would actually be.
Yeah,
McBroom. It would have been an easy pick for him who would fight next, but.
Yeah, now it's a little bit more complicated and convoluted. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Excited to see what Nate Diaz does next. He's got his own fight promotion now, so we'll see. I don't know what happens to Nick Diaz. I don't know if he's still in a UFC contract or not.
I doubt it.
Right, I have no idea.
He might be on contract, but I don't think he'll ever fight again.
I don't know what happens. But on the next time, what are we talking about in the next podcast? If I had my phone, I texted it to you, didn't I?
Yeah,
We're definitely talking about Misfits 2.
let's see.
You're fucking killing me. I can't remember what we're talking about the next podcast, but I mentioned it's going to be more YouTube boxing, Misfits 2, KSI's next opponent, Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva, Deji versus Mayweather, UFC 280 predictions, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, how it pans out. I don't know. We got a big podcast planned for you the next time. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. You
Yeah,
good
but
with that?
I must have just deleted that today.
You're fucking killing me. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. It was a good first podcast, I think.
Yeah, it
What
was.
do you think? That went pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you to everybody who came out to the hometown show. It means a lot.
You're welcome.
Fuck you. Go stream Change, my new single. We'll put a link in the bio. Expect more of this. We had a good fun, good time, good fun. We'll bring on some more guests, maybe. Like Brett, Jacob, Amar. I don't know. We'll talk
We'll
about
see.
it. I think the next podcast is pretty fight loaded. Like
Yeah.
crossover boxing and UFC and boxing in general and whatnot. So I don't know. We'll bring somebody on to help us talk about that. We'll make things interesting. We'll bring on guests and whatnot. But I got this clocked in about an hour 20.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right. Well, it was good. Thank you for coming in Forever Talking. Thank you for clocking in to Forever Talking, where we talk about nothing forever. My name is Ian Moore. This is my co-host, Nicholas Walk, or the Ian Moore, whoever he wants to call us, or Nicholas, Nikki.
Yeah, that works.
Nikki had trauma. And it's been a good one. Thank you so much. Check into the next one, Stream Change.